Okay, so this time we're in the parallel bars with the patient with hemiplegia. Again, we're going to use right-sided hemiplegia just to be consistent. Make sure when you're practicing, you practice with left and right. Okay. Hi, patient. How are you today?
Good.
Good. For a while, we've been doing some exercises on the mat and in your bed, and it seems that you're about ready to be getting up and moving around more. We're going to be having you go home soon, so we want to make sure you're safe being upright, and we'll work toward walking. Okay? I'm going to put this gait belt on so I can help you here. Thank you. It's okay. I got it there. Okay. Again, we're going to assume that this patient has very little use of her upper extremity. We're doing traditional approach. So we'll even pretend that it's in a sling. So you can take that right arm and pretend it's in a sling, okay? We're going to do a number of things today. When I first stand you up, I'm going to have you do some squats. Okay? I'm going to have my knee in front of yours the first time you get up, and we'll try those squats. And if you do fine with that, I'll back off a little bit with my knee. Okay? I'll keep holding on, but I'll make sure my knee isn't in your way. After you do squats, we'll shift forward, backward, left, and right. Okay? And then we're going to do some different exercises. Okay? Notice I'm keeping it very short. You know, we're going to get up, forward, backward, left, right. Remember, nice, short, concise instructions. I might tell her maybe 3 or 4 things, get her up, do those things, and then sit her back down. For the sake of this demo, I'm going to put a bunch of them together just so we can get it all on one tape here. So other things that we're going to do, we're going to do 4 different areas: strengthening, coordination, balance, and some gait components. Okay, so for strengthening, what are some things we can do?
Mini squats.
Mini squats, okay, those would be real good things to do for the patient.
One-arm push-up.
Okay, a one-arm push-up, and to do that, they're probably going to put their hand forward a little bit, and they're not going to be able to go way down because they don't have that other arm. They're going to twist, so they kind of just shift onto one, bend, and then push up. So one-arm push-up for hemiplegic in the parallel bars might look like that, okay? Okay, so those are a couple of strength things. What can we do for balance? Okay, shift weight. Remember, with this patient, she doesn't need to hold on like the paraplegic patient did. So for her shifting activities, remember, we're going to have her hover just slightly above the bar and then shift her weight so she can kind of feel where her balance point is. And again, it might look something like this, where she's touching down every once in a while. That's okay. Okay, so we'll do that. Other shifting, we can make it, you know, more obvious on the legs. We can do some shifting with one foot forward and then shifting back and forth, kind of some lunge type things. Okay, other shift or other balance things. We could have her actually, you know, go with her head tipping too. Have you done the motor control the motor control lab yet? Okay, you're going to learn some really cool things in that lab. Should be coming up fairly soon, where you're doing some things with the head and vision in addition to the physical things. Okay, coordination type activities. We can have you move your hand to different positions. Okay, we could have you move one foot, you kind of shift onto one foot, and then move one foot, shift onto the other foot, move the other foot. Okay, so we'll do some things like that, and that's going to be some of the coordination. For gait, we might actually have you do one step forward, one step back. The gait pattern you're going to use, again, I would break this up more for this patient if I were really working with someone. You're going to move your left hand forward, and then your weaker foot, which is your right foot, and then your strong foot. Okay, and then we'll just step backward. Hand, shift onto it, your right foot, left foot. Okay. We could also do some cruising with this patient, so I could have you face the bar here, move your hand, your involved foot, your uninvolved foot. Still try to use the same pattern. So when she first turns, she needs to have her feet a little bit apart. Hand, involved foot, uninvolved. So have her use the same pattern so that you're not changing up on her. Okay. Going back the other direction, hand, shift over, you know, off of the weak foot, and move weak foot, strong foot. Okay. Do we do 2 in each activity? Strengthening, coordination, balance, and gait components. Okay. If not, we'll do them on the ground. You ready? Okay. So you're going to shift forward. Now move your bottom forward in the chair. Okay, lean forward. To get up, I want you to push from the armrest, and then once you're in the standing position, you can switch your hand up here. Okay. I'm going to do what's called a knee block until I know that you're comfortable in the standing position. I'll have my knee in front of yours. Which knee do I block first? The strong one, okay. Remember the reason for that? Anybody remember that? It was a long time ago.
It was because her knee buckles.
That's the one that if it starts to go out, if you can get that one back under her, she's gonna be able to keep herself up better, okay? So you definitely wanna make sure that that strong one stays under her, okay? All right, so let me see here. This is your strong side. I'm gonna have your feet just a little further apart. Let me get rid of the footrest here a little bit. There, now we have more room. Okay. And locked. Now you're locked. All right, you ready? So on 3, you're gonna push up and then put your hand right up here. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go, and 3, up. Good. Okay, remember those little mini squats we talked about? Go ahead and squat down just a little and back up. 1, 2, 3. Good. And she was able to bring herself back up against gravity, so I can get myself in a better position. Are you comfortable? Okay, and then we would do probably some of the shifting. We could do some more squats as part of the exercise, maybe 20 squats or so. We can do some shifting activities. Let's do a coordination activity right now. So kind of shift your weight so you're evenly balanced here. Okay, what I want you to do is kind of get your balance, don't do it yet, get your balance, and I want you to touch my shoulder and come back down. So this hand will touch my shoulder and then go back down. Ready? And go ahead. Beautiful, okay. I think you can go up on top of my head and back down. Okay, go ahead and do that. Good. Okay, so we could do some coordination, maybe touch your hand over to the other side and then back. Good job. So she's crossed the midline, that's also a good thing for her. We could do some of the head activities, just having her shift her head around different positions, some leaning type activities, so there's all sorts of things. Let's take the easier one to do first. Let's move your weaker foot forward. So shift onto your strong foot, bring your weaker foot forward, and then bring it back. Okay, shift onto your weaker foot. Now if there was any question about that leg, if I thought she may not be able to control, I might throw on a knee block while she puts weight on that one at first. Okay, and then back. Okay, let's do that same thing again. Beautiful. Okay, so all those exercises we talked about, we could go through and do with the patient at this point. Okay, what's the most important one for the patient with hemiplegia? Squats and, sorry? Can't hear you. Marching in place. Okay, so that kind of puts together some of the gait patterns. So what you're going to do is shift to this side, lift up your weaker leg, okay, and then you're going to shift to the other side. I'm going to make sure I'm not putting a knee block on her, but I'm in place in case she needs it. Go ahead and lift up your left leg, okay, and then shift again, lift that one up, and again, lift that one up, okay. As she's getting better, I can have her lift the knee a little higher. Good. Okay, so I'm in position, again, just in case for that knee block, okay? Get the idea with this patient? Okay, I'm not going to go through every exercise right now. We kind of did that before with a paraplegic patient, but they're very similar, okay? All right, thank you. I'm going to turn the camera off.